Hey lovelies, welcome back, and for today's video is going to be a very interesting one. It's one I've been wanting to do for a very long time, and I think I'm ready. I'm ready to talk about it, and I'm ready to let y'all know all the tea, the truth, everything. So pretty much it's a tea time on my exes. So I have a glass of wine and I am ready to go. Y'all can grab your drinks, grab your snacks, whatever. But I'm ready. This is not to be, you know, oh my gosh, you're causing drama. Like, oh my god, it's not even that. It's like exes like a long time ago. But mainly I have a lot of stories. But I also wanted to talk about this in case some of you are going through the same situations that I went through. So you know what choices would be a better choice and what I would have done. So obviously I wouldn't change a thing because obviously I wouldn't be with the person I am now. But anyways, yeah, so that's for today's video. So, you know, I have a lot to talk about, so let's just go ahead and get started. I already got a wine stain on my sweatshirt. That's great for me. So, how do we start? So let's start with teenager Yasmin. So specifically, I have 3 exes I would like to speak about. The first one isn't so bad, but the 2 after that, pretty awful. I am not going to mention the names of these men. If you know me personally or knew me in high school, you already know who I'm talking about, so there's no need for me to say names at all. This is not for me to cause drama with their, if they have any, partners now. It's just what I went through, and you know, I just want to talk about it. So, boyfriend number 1. So I was in high school. I was a teenager. I think I was about 16 years old, I want to say. I was still living in California, but I had moved to Arizona, and I was going to online school. I didn't go to actual school yet because I was going through a lot of shit with my dad, so I just decided to stay home and, you know, do online school. I was living with my aunt at the time, who pretty much like adopted me. She got guardianship of me when I was about 15, 16 years old. So his first boyfriend, he is the typical first love, first boyfriend. I am so in love. I don't think I want to be with anyone else. You know, like the first love, first everything. He was my first, like, person that I fell in love with. Like, I was like, oh my gosh, you know, back then, that's what I thought love was. But I was like so in love with him. I liked him so much. I lost my V card to this guy. You know, my first kiss, my first everything, you know, so. We were together for about a year, I want to say. And you know what, this one isn't even that bad, but, there was a time when he went to a Halloween party, and I did go to that Halloween party, but I didn't stay long because my aunt had to pick me up, and I did go though, but I guess after I left, they were, you know, underage drinking, whatever, they were drinking, we all done it at the point of our lives, but they were drinking, and I guess a girl had kissed him, and I wasn't there anymore, I had already gone home, so I guess a girl had kissed him. He didn't know, apparently, supposedly he didn't know. I mean, how fucked up can you be to not tell that that's not your girlfriend kissing you when you know your girlfriend left hours ago? Moving on. And then I guess his friends told him, oh dude, you just kissed another girl, blah blah. He's like, what, blah blah. So he ended up texting me, I think the next day, I don't remember. He ended up texting me the next day saying, oh my god, I'm so sorry, the guy told me that I kissed another girl, blah blah blah. And I'm just like, I just stopped talking to him. I'm just like, I was kind of like, that's the first time that someone's ever cheated on me, alright? Little did I know it was going to happen more times in my relationships. But anyways, that was the first time anyone's ever cheated on me. And remember, he was the first one I was in love with. My first relationship ever. I had no relationship advice from anyone coming into relationships, but anyways, yeah, he was the first one. Totally was in love. And then my heart was broken. I'm just like, what the fuck? And I guess he got like in trouble that time. And he got his phone taken away, and he's like, I'm texting you, I'm like trying to text you, sneaking to my mom's room and taking my phone just to talk to you, blah blah, as if it's supposed to make me feel bad. But anyways, so yeah, long story short, ended up getting back with him, and then, you know, it was fine. I obviously had trust issues already, like from, you know, just me as, you know, going through things in my life. But anyways, so yeah, I just went back to him, whatever, because I was like, he didn't do it on purpose. Anyways, yeah, so I went back with him, and then a couple months after that, we started to slowly just not, you know, he had a lot of things going on, I had a lot of things going on, like, mentally, emotionally. He had things as in, probably mentally, emotionally, but he had a lot of, like, he was at football, and he was in football and all this other stuff. He had his friends and blah blah, and he was probably showing interest in other people. So we just kind of, I forgot what happened, to be honest. I don't want to say something and then it's not true. I just don't remember. We just kind of just broke it off. I don't remember why. I don't know. That was boyfriend number 1. So, not too bad, right? Let's get to boyfriend number 2. Boyfriend number 2. Alright. Give me a minute. So, pretty much, oh my god, I totally forgot to mention that the guy, my first boyfriend, he was younger than me, grade younger than me. This boyfriend, also younger than me, grade younger than me. I know. Stop it. Stop. Stop it. Don't even think. Don't call me that. A cougar. Not. Okay. There wasn't a lot of options. Anyways. So, he was on the football team, and he was a tall, 6-foot man, boy, whatever the fuck. I know, he was pretty handsome. He had a great smile. He was tall. He had, you know, whatever. He was a good-looking guy. He was a football player. Whatever. Oh my god, I'm leaving out more details. I forgot the first boyfriend I met through my cousin. This one I met through a mutual friend of mine that I was hanging out with. And, you know, I think we were at the park one day, and then he was just like, oh my god, I gotta go get my friend, or blah, blah. I'm just like, okay, cool. So then I went over there, and I met him, and I was like, oh, hey, you know, hey, my name's so-and-so. I was like, oh, hey, nice to meet you. I'm Yasmin, blah, blah, blah. You know, hit it off kind of cool. You know, he was cool, but then, like, we left and whatever. And then I don't really remember how we started talking, but we did. And I don't remember how he asked me to be his girlfriend either. Anyways, I thought this guy was really cool. You know, he was on the football team. He was really chill. You know, he was tall. That was a plus. He was tall. I was really happy. And the whole relationship, we were together for 3 years, by the way. And that's a long time. So, like, out of high school, at my graduation, I went to his graduation. I went to his prom, blah, blah, you know, like, things like that. But I started to notice... Oh, by the way, I took his V card, by the way. Forgot to mention that part. Took his V card. So, you know what happens with guys when they lose their V cards. They just want to, like, bang anything in sight. So, I didn't mention that. I don't remember how far into the relationship I started getting messages from other girls, like girls from school, being like, hey, are you dating so-and-so? And I'm like, yeah, why? And then they're like, oh, well... I just want to let you know that he's sending me messages and blah, blah, and they would send me screenshots of the messages, and I'm like, okay, what the fuck? I was like, okay, thank you for letting me know, you know, like, and I remember the first time I confronted him about the first one, guys, about the first one, I'd be like, what the fuck is this? This person telling me that you're sending messages to her, like, what is this? And he's like, oh no, that was me. That was my friend. My friends took my phone and they were messaging him. You know, alright, well, can you please tell him to not do that? It's kind of making me uncomfortable and that's not okay. You know, whatever, brush it off. It happened again and again and again and again and again. And a lot of these girls I never even hung out with. I've never really talked to. I've seen them around school but never really talked to. So... You know, that's probably why I also didn't believe them, because I'm like, oh, I barely talked to this person, so, like, why am I going to listen to them, you know? I should have listened, whatever. So, yeah, that happened. And then I remember he went off to live in another city, still in Arizona, but he went off to live in another city. I'm not going to mention which one, whatever. And so, yeah, he went to live in another city, and... You know, I went to visit him one time or whatever, and he was just kind of, I have a gas spot right here. He was just kind of like weird, you know? Like, it was just weird, a weird, you know, weird situation. Like, you know when something isn't right when you go, like, with your whatever, and you're just like, something is off, something isn't right around here, you know? But anyways, I, again, brushed it off, like I always did, and I was just like, you know what, he's a good man, he's not going to do this to me again, you know? Whatever. So I did go over there, see him, blah, blah. Then when I came back, I don't remember who said this or who told me this, but somebody told me, I don't remember, but someone told me that he went off, he worked at a grocery store at the time. So I guess apparently he went off with a woman, a girl, whatever, and had sex with them in their car. Mind you, we had unprotected sex all the time. I only protected myself with my first boyfriend at first, and you know, and then we stopped using them after a while, and then now with this boyfriend, I never protected myself. I know that sounds really bad, like don't do that, but like I wasn't worried about pregnancy because of my fertility isn't, you know, I can't get pregnant as easy. Even though it's still possible, I can't get pregnant as easy as everybody else. Like literally, I've been having unprotected sex for years. I know that sounds bad, but yeah. And then I was just like, that's kind of bad, you know? Like we're over here having unprotected sex, and you're over here having sex with a random person. Anyways, so yeah, that happened, and I was pretty livid at that point. I'm just like, you gotta be fucking kidding me, you know? But again, did I leave? Did I leave? No, I didn't leave. I stayed again. So that was after the 2-year mark. Here's the 2.5, maybe almost 3 years. Yeah, almost 3 years. All the time goes by, still have not anger issues. I have anger issues, but I have more, you know, trust issues. Like I never trusted him. I look through his phone all the time. I try to look at messages, blah blah blah, things like that. And I was very like, I don't trust this guy, but yeah, I'm gonna stay with him. You know, he kind of annoyed me at some point too. I remember that. I'm just like, you're fucking, and like I did not like being around him anymore. He was just kind of annoying at one point. Obviously, at that point, you'd be like, well, you better fucking go, right? I'm a Libra, bro. I don't like confrontation. I just don't want to. You know, I just don't want to say. I kind of just want him to know to go away. But at the same time, I didn't want him to go away. You know, it was fucking weird. It was a weird situation. So then, all this time goes by. We're almost together for 3 years at this point, right? So, that's the one that got juicy. So, he slept over at my house. I was living with my mom and my brother at the time. So he came over. I'm like cracking my knuckles. I'm kind of mad. Okay. So he stayed over at my house, which is my mom and my brother's house too. So we were living there, and it was bright in the morning. I went over to the kitchen, and my mom was like, "Hey, I need to talk to you." And I'm like, "Okay." Like I was just chilling, and I went over there, and she's like, "I need to show you something, but you need to see it like now." And I'm like, okay. So she showed me a message from my aunt's sister-in-law, showing me a text message from this one girl that I guess they knew, showing me messages of them talking back and forth, or him messaging her, you know, and which is weird. Okay, let me go back to the messages. Whenever they would ask, like, hey, aren't you dating so-and-so? He'd be like, what? No. He would like deny me. Or he would say, yeah, but you know, we're just talking as friends, you know, like them together, they're just talking as friends. Like he's not trying to look for anything, he just wants to talk and like fucking fuck the shit out of you, you know? Like, who cares? Anyways, so yeah, Mom showed me those messages. At that point, I think I finally reached that point of, fuck this guy, he needs to get the fuck out of this house. Literally, I woke his ass up, got him up, show him the text messages, and I'm like, are you fucking serious? Like, you are gonna deny this? He's like, that wasn't me. That wasn't me. Yasmin, I'm telling you, that wasn't me. I'm just like, I just went off on this guy. I'm like, you know what? You need to get the fuck out. You need to get your shit. You need to get the fuck out, because I have never touched no man, looked at no other man, fucking thought about no other fucking man, and this is what the fucking things that you fucking do to me? Are you fucking serious? Like, I've never done anything bad to this guy. I never fucking cheated on him. Literally never talked to no other guy. Never looked at no other fucking guy ever. When the whole time I was with him, the whole 3 fucking years that he did all this shit to me, he went and did all this shit and acts like he never did anything. So I just reached my boiling point. I'm just like, you need to get the fuck out. And like, I was not even gonna give him a ride because he didn't have a car license at the time, and I was driving. I had the license in the car. I was like, you can call your mama and have her fucking pick you up, because I ain't fucking picking you up. He's a mama's boy, by the way. So I was just like, you can fucking call your mama and she can come pick you up, because I am not falling for this. Like, this is stupid. You need to get the fuck out, you know? I was fucking pissed at this point. My brother was there. I'm pretty sure it was a lot more like intense at the time when I was really fucking pissed off. My brother can probably tell you a little better than that. But pretty much just told him to get the fuck out. That happens. Some time goes by. He still keeps trying to text me, call me, message me, like, oh yeah, blah blah blah, I need you back, like can we work this out, blah blah. I'm just like, I blocked him on everything that I could find. I blocked going back, his sister and his mother also tried texting me and calling me, hey, he didn't do this, like, can you give him another chance, blah, blah. I'm just like, why are y'all getting into this relationship? Why does the mother and the, I understand, like, mother wants everything for the child, but your son's a fucking cheater, bro. I'm not gonna go back to your fucking son. Like, and your brother's a fucking cheater and a douchebag. I'm not gonna go back to him. Like, why the fuck are you doing that? Like, no, I'm not gonna go back to him at all. Like, don't even fucking, like, no. Don't trip. It ain't your problem. So leave me the fuck alone. Anyways, they keep messaging me and telling me that shit. I had to block him, his whole family. I feel like I already talked about this story in one of my videos. I think it's I forgot what video this was. But anyways, yeah, so I blocked them on everything. This fool was making more accounts to talk to me. I blocked him on everything. He made a new Twitter, I made a new Instagram. He made probably like 4 different accounts on every like social media platform just to talk to me. I'm just like, are you fucking serious? He kept showing up at my house. He kept sending me flowers. I'm just like, bro, get the fucking, like, no, get out. Like, go away, dude. Like, there's, like, once I say I'm fucking done, bro, I'm fucking done. Like, don't even fucking try. That's what men don't understand. It's just like, you already fucked up. Why are you still trying? You fucked up so bad. Like, I'm already, like, done and moved on with my life, and I'm over here, like, living my best life, and now you just want to be like, I'm sorry, I'll change. That's not how it works, bro. That's not how it fucking works. Anyways, oh my god, he even gave me, this is gonna sound so bad, but, you know, he came to visit me one time, and I was just like, alright, you wanna talk? We're gonna fucking talk. We talked or blah, blah, and I don't remember how this happened, but he ended up giving me $200. You know, he's like, here's $200, you deserve it, blah, blah, blah. I'm just like, oh, fucking K. And then when my mom knew about it, she's like, you need to give that money back, Yasmin. I'm like, no. I'm not going to give that $200 back. I know. Some of y'all be like, damn, you really used it. Like, fuck yeah, I did. I took myself shopping and my mama shopping. We went to my work. I was working at Styles at the time, and we had like I think we had a 40% off at the time, and that's very rare for Styles to give 40% off. I spent those $200 on me and my mom. I'm just like, I don't give a fuck. My money, I must spend it. Oh my god, he even tried to convince me to go back with him because he had money. He was like, my mom would tell me, because for some reason my family still had him on Facebook, even though I asked him to fucking block him. I don't know what's up with my family's deal with that. I'm not going to mention who did it, but they did. Anyways, so I remember that they put it on there. Apparently he put a Facebook post that said, oh my god, I have $4,000 in my account and no one to spend it on. I'm just like, that's what it would be for me, because I never got with a fool because he had fucking money. Like, I make my own fucking money. I don't need to be with somebody so they can make the money for me. Like, fuck that. I was never raised like that. Like, I make my own fucking money. Like, I don't give a shit. That just pissed me off even more. It's just like, you think that I'm gonna go back with you because you've got money now? No, that's not how I work. That's not what I do. I don't give a fuck if you have money or not. That's not the point. You're still an asshole, whether you have $4,000 or not. So, I don't know what the fuck that was about. Alright, now the one you've all been waiting for. Boyfriend number 3. Where do I begin with this one, bro? This one was the one that broke me. That broke my spirit, broke me as a person, broke every single fucking step that I made to bring me to the person that I was. I overcame so fucking much with my confidence, with, you know, my anxiety. I accomplished so much in so little time. And I let myself get ruined by a fucking man that was the same height as me. By a fucking man, bro. Alright, so let's begin. Alright, so let's start. Boyfriend number 3. I met him, this is when I turned 21. I met him on, I think, my 2nd or 3rd night of me going out. I was going through that 21-year-old phase where, you know, I was like, oh my god, I want to go clubbing, I want to go drinking, I want to go dancing, you know. I still love to go drinking and dancing, oh god. Go drinking and dancing, you know, but I'm, you know, I just wanted to have a good time, you know. I wasn't looking for anybody, I wasn't trying to, like, hook up with anybody. I was just trying to hang out with my cousin, just trying to hang out, you know. And the first night was great. So the first night, I went to with my cousin, and she had this friend or whatever, and the guy, boyfriend number 3, he was his cousin. My cousin's friend's cousin. That makes sense. So, I remember one of the nights we went out, or blah, blah, and that's where I met him. I met him at the bar. And then, you know, I was just like, oh, he's like, hey, this is my cousin so-and-so. And I was like, oh, hey, I'm Yasmin. Nice to meet you. Rolling off really chill. I don't give a fuck, you know. I was just like, this is cool. I'm having a great time. Whatever. So we keep having drinks, having a great time, blah, blah, blah. And then we eventually go to the second club. I had a little more drinks on me at this point. And, you know, we were just having a good time, and we were getting kind of close, you know, we were just like having a great time, having drinks, talking a little bit. We were dancing a lot, and I love to dance, so obviously he loved to dance, so we were having a good time, you know, he's my dancing partner. Dancing all kinds of music. There was like Mexican music playing, there was banda, there was a fucking reggaeton, there was all kinds of Mexican and like all kinds of different music playing, and I just dancing with everything, and he was dancing everything too, so I was like, fuck yeah, this is a good time. I have a dancing partner, I have someone to dance with, besides my cousin obviously, but like, you know, it was great because I had someone to dance with. So yeah, we were having a great time, and you know, at the end, I wish we just, you know, we had sex. Yeah, I did my first ever fucking one-night stand, I guess you want to call it. It was supposed to be a one-night stand. You know, I went up to the room or whatever, and I was just like, hey, I'm in room so blah, 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 if you want to come up and hang out, you know, and I was just trying to hang out, whatever. And then he's like, oh, okay, cool, you know, whatever. So he went up, we did the deed, and he ended up sleeping there. So I was like, okay, whatever, cool. Then in the morning, he's like, hey, I gotta go, you know, I have a flight to catch, because he lived like where I used to live now. It was like over there somewhere, 10 hours away. So I was like, oh man, you know, and I was kind of sad, you know, I was just like, oh, I actually like this guy, where's he going, you know? So I ended up taking his number, blah, blah, we ended up talking for a long period of time. And he would like buy me stuff, and you know, we just talk. No, it was fun. He was a fun guy. He ended up coming to see me like 1 or 2 more times after that at the bar, and we would just hang out. He would like fly. He had a great paying job. He worked for a mine, so he had a great job. You know, they pay really well for like, you know, risk purposes. So yeah, and then after maybe a few months of seeing each other, I went over there. I flew over there the first time. Never been on a plane. My mother let me, and she's like, you know, I can't believe I'm letting you go and fly away to another place with a man with a man I don't even know. And I'm like, you're right. But I did. So went over there, and I met his family for the first time. It was like around Christmas time. It was at a Christmas party. So I was like, oh, okay, you know, it was, you know, and he was just introducing me as, oh, this is Yasmin, blah, blah. And he never introduced me as a girlfriend at that point because I wasn't his girlfriend yet. He's like, yeah, this is Yasmin, you know, everybody, you know, and I met everybody, and everybody was cool as fuck. You know, everybody was chill, everybody was nice, whatever. It was a lot of people. But, you know, I'm a quiet person anyway, so I just kind of like sat there. But everybody was really cool, and I had a couple beers, whatever, and I had a good time. You know, and after flying there a couple more times, I was just like, oh my god, I don't want to leave. So the last time I flew over there, I ended up not coming back. And that was really, it was a weird decision of mine, but that's what I decided to do, because I was following my heart, and my heart was telling me, bitch, you don't want to leave this guy. Like, oh my god, he has a great paying job, he's steady, he's older than you. By the way, he was older than me this time. He was 26 at the time. And now I was 21, so it was like, oh my god, he seems like a great guy to start a family with. Oh my god, you know, just me thinking for my future, you know, that he was a great guy. So I ended up staying, ended up living there. We ended up getting our own house, because there they give you like houses that are already there. You just have to fix it up, and the rent was like $300, so it was great. So we're like, yeah, you can have your own house. They're all like 3 bedrooms and over, and it was great. So, you know, then bad shit starts to happen. I don't even know where to begin with this one. Let me begin with this part. So, he has a kid, right? He has a kid. He doesn't tell me about the kid until like the few days, I think a day before the Christmas party, or a day after, I'm not really sure, but he tells me that, oh, I have a son, and I was like, oh, okay, you know, not really caring, really. It's a kid, whatever. And I didn't really care about it up until I noticed that he, you know, after like, I would assume after a year of us being together, he still never introduced me to his son, nor did he ever mention me to his baby mama or to his son. They had no idea that he was dating somebody for over a year. We were living together. I mean, they had no idea. He never included me in anything. Whenever he lives here, and like his, I guess his like baby mama and his son live around here. That's why he kept flying down here, because he has a son here, around here somewhere over there. But anyways, yeah. So whenever we would come visit, I would obviously be with my family and stuff. But he would go over there with them without me. So I would just kind of be left behind. Like, that's happened multiple times, you know, that happened a lot. And my family would be kind of weirded out. They'd be like, why is he not taking you with him? You know, he's over there with his baby mama. I'm just like, I don't know. He just wants to spend time over there with his kid. He's like, but he's with his baby mama without you. And they have a kid. So why haven't you been introduced to the kid? And I'm like, I don't fucking know. You know, like, I would just get so uncomfortable of them asking me that question. I'm just like, I don't fucking know. Like, I don't know. Like, I would get so irritated when they would ask me at one point, because they're making it sound like he's like cheating on me, he doesn't give a fuck, blah, 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 whatever. I'm just like, I don't know. I'm not part of his life, is what I tell him. I'm not part of the kid's life. Sounds bad, right? After being together. It also happened after we've been together for like 2 years also. Still never met him. Still nothing. Baby mama doesn't know anything about me. Nothing. And it was just awful. At one point in the relationship as well, this is between the 1 and 2.5 year mark, okay? This is like before, yeah, I want to say 1 and 2 year mark. I think we're together for 2 years, actually. I don't know where I'm getting 2.5 from. This is between, like, after, like, shit started going bad after 6 months of the relationship. Let me just say that. So between the 6 months and the day that I left, all this shit happened. There was also a situation where he would do things that I did not approve of, as in that I didn't like him doing. And there were moments of, oh, this one situation. I'll take this one. So there was this girl. Who was apparently his friend. But when I had asked about her, because I seen messages or whatever, when I had asked about her, I was like, hey, you know, like, what do you think about this person, blah, blah, like, what is your guys' history, you know, like, what, you know, what's up? You know, it's just me having insecurity issues and trust issues. He's like, oh, she's just a friend. I was like, yeah. You know, he's like, you guys had a thing, huh? Like, me trying to fuck around or whatever. He was like, you guys had a thing, huh? And he's like, he just stayed quiet. I'm just like, were you guys like a thing, or was that an ex, or what is that? He just stayed quiet. And I'm like, okay, well, did you want to fuck her, or like, what happened? And he's like, you don't have to say things like that. It was in the past, blah, blah. Like, so you did. So you wanted to have sex with this girl, and y'all, like, were like a little thing, and y'all are still talking. He's like, it's not even like that. We're just friends. I'm just like, okay. So when I had asked him, I was like, hey, can you please not talk to her, because you guys obviously have a thing, and you obviously wanted to have sex with her, so can you just not talk to her, you know, whatever. And he told me, okay, blah, blah. Then I went to his phone, through his phone a lot, and I found so much shit, a lot. Anytime he would leave his phone to charge and he would go shower, anytime like that, he would leave his phone, I would take that shit and read everything. That's how bad I was fucked up in the head because of this fucking guy. All the shit that he put me through. I read everything. Anyways, I go through and I see a Facebook message of them talking. And, you know, and I'm like, pretty sure I just asked him not so long ago to not talk to her. But okay. So I confronted him again with the phone in my hand. I'm just like, hey, I'm pretty sure I was really toxic, but so was he. But I was toxic because of how irritated and, like, I was, you know. I don't think I was a toxic person, but the way I came off was just like, I'm very, like, you know, what am I trying to say? Anyways, so I went up to him and I showed him the phone. I was like, hey, I'm pretty sure I asked you not to talk to her. Like, why are you guys still talking? And he's like, what are you talking about? I'm like, what do you mean? I see messages of you two talking. I asked you not to talk to her and you're still talking to her. Like, what the fuck's the issue? Like, do you want to fuck her or do you want to fuck me? Like, figure it out. You know, I know it sounds really bad, but literally that's what I said. So yeah, he didn't deny it. He was talking to her, still talking to her, and then he talked to her after that. He didn't listen to a thing I said. So, there's that one. I just find it disrespectful as fuck that if I asked you not to talk to somebody because you obviously had feelings for this person, you guys were their thing, and you guys wanted to have sex, if I ask you not to talk to that person, I find it very disrespectful for you to, like, talk to her still. Like, I understand, like, people have friends. Like, right now, Mark has, like, friends or whatever. Like, I don't care. But this guy put me in a fucking different place, mentally put me in a different place, and made me, you know, not trust him for anything. And he pretty much, you know, like, I had the feeling that if he had the chance to be with that girl and, like, you know, like, cheat on me with her, he would. Strongly. I still feel it to this day that he would have. He probably already did. I don't fucking know. I don't care. I'm not with him anymore. But whatever's. He probably already did it. Anyways. So that happened. And just the whole relationship was just awful. He never included me in anything when it came to anything with his family or with my family. He never was really like in it. You know, he would be around them, but then he would just leave or whatever. He never really included me in anything. Like, he would always leave and go to the parties and go hang out, and he would always go drinking. And anytime it was like around his son, he would never take me. I was never a part of it. It was like I never existed. It was like he never really like put effort into me, never put effort into us, never cared. You know, we just didn't give a fuck. Pretty much is what it felt like. So, and I remember he was like wanting to move and stuff too, and like he would like be messaging his sister who lives in Arizona as well, and he was like, "Hey sis, I want to get out. Like, do you think I can move in with you?" And then she would be like, "Yeah, you can be in your nephew's room," or blah, blah. And then she would message him and be like, "Hey, what about your girlfriend?" Totally didn't mention me. Didn't mention that I had a girlfriend. I know because I confronted him about it. I told him like, "Hey, so you just decided to move and you're not going to mention them about me?" He's like, he just had the stupid ass face on this, like I fucking live here too, bro. We're together. We're a couple. Like, what? Like, we're living together. Like, you're not just gonna fucking include me when you're trying to move out. Like, you're not gonna fucking include me. You're just gonna fucking leave me here. You know what I mean? It was just like, it was just, what? Why? You know, why didn't you include me? Are you fucking serious? Like, he just kind of left me there. Like, I was just there whenever he felt like it. You know, pretty much. It was just ridiculous. At one point, also the sex got, it was good in the beginning, obviously, you know, I was like, oh my god, whatever, and then now, like, after a while, like, especially towards the end, I felt nothing. I would be up there, trying to ride into town, and I would feel nothing. I would be just fucking hella dry, hella fucking dry. I'm just like, I'm not feeling this guy. Like, I wasn't attracted to him at all, in any way, shape, or form. Like, physically, emotionally, mentally, like, spiritually, I did not give a fuck. I didn't feel anything. Like, that's how, like, it was bad. I didn't feel anything for this guy at all. And I would just have to fucking pretend. I would have to pretend and finish myself off when he went to bed. Kind of sad to say that out loud, but it is true. I did that for a while. It's really fucking sad. So, sorry, this is too much info, family, but it's the truth. So yeah, and we'd always have issues when he would go drinking, because he just got hella drunk, came home, you know, and I remember we would both sometimes go home drunk from parties when we actually go together, you know, because his family asks, like, oh my god, why don't you bring Yasmin? It's like, well, he doesn't fucking tell me he's going over there. But anyways, you know, we would like scream at each other, we would throw shit, we'd be like, fuck you, you know. I remember the first time he called me a bitch. That's where it started. First time he called me a bitch, I just started saying, you know, I just started calling him names, you know. It was like horrible. He called me a bitch, he called me a cunt, he called me all kinds of things. Yeah. Even though I wasn't the one doing the bad shit. I wasn't the one doing the cheating. I wasn't the one doing the, you know, leaving you out kind of thing. You know? But I'm still the bitch, right? I'm the one that put effort. I'm still the bitch. I'm still the cunt. Okay. That's what we want to think. Anyways, our relationship was just awful. I remember at a Christmas party, god, it's getting dark. I hope I can finish the story in time. I remember at a Christmas party, this was like a few weeks before I actually left, but I remember at a Christmas party, you know, I was already kind of like iffy about the relationship. I know what you guys are probably thinking also, like, oh my god, like, why didn't you just leave? I live 10 hours away. And in the back of my head, I was thinking, you left your family, so you have to figure it out. You know, like, your mom's not going to come get you. You know, that's what I thought. I'm like, I can't leave because then my family's going to think you fucking left and it didn't work. Like, why'd you leave? Like, you know, it didn't work out. So, you know, I was trying to make it work out so it didn't seem like I made a bad decision. And so my family didn't judge me. But anyways, yeah, so we were at this Christmas party. We were drinking a lot. And I had a lot of anger inside me at this point already, like all the things, you know. And I think we also had an argument like a day or two before, but anyways, a bad one. Anyways, yeah, so we were drinking a lot, and I remember like I was having a good time or blah blah. It was like a few hours in, we're taking shots, lots of liquor, lots of beer happening. He was fucking wasted. I was fucking wasted. I was wasted enough to remember this moment though, but he was way past drunk than I was. And I was like dancing with his family and blah blah blah. Like I was just chilling. I was having a good time. I was trying, whatever. And he was getting kind of aggressive, like kind of like, I don't know, he's just getting kind of aggressive, and he just kept giving me this look like he wanted to fucking hurt me. Like literally, that's what he wanted to do. That's the kind of look he was giving me. And I remember I went outside because he kept telling me, "Hey, I want to go home. I want to go home." I'm just like, "You can fucking go home." Out of all the times, I usually go home and you're fine with it, but like, I don't want to go home. I'm still having a fun time. Like, you go home, And he kept trying to force me to go home with him. I'm just like, dude, I'm not gonna fucking go home with you. I don't want to go home. I'm gonna stay here, Because why the fuck do I want to go home with him? He's drunk as fuck, and I don't care. Like, apparently we're not a couple, so I don't give a shit. Go, And I remember at one point he was still trying to get me to go, and I went outside and I sat down and I was drinking my beer, nonchalant, just chilling. He kept telling me, I think I was on the phone. I don't remember who I was on the phone with, but I was on the phone. And then he's like, he would come outside. And I think I was outside by myself. I think his uncle or somebody else and two other people were like outside, but a little further that way. But I was on the benches and I was just chilling and, drinking my beer at the table on the phone. And he would just come up and be like, "Who are you talking to?" I'm just like, "I'm not talking to anybody." He's like, "Well, who the fuck are you talking to?" And I'm like, so I just hung up. I'm just like, "I'm not fucking talking to anybody. Like, what do you want? Aren't you gonna go home?" And he's like, "No, we're gonna go home. Like, we're gonna go home right now." And I'm like, "I already told you I'm not gonna go home. If you wanna go home, then you go home. I'm not gonna go home because you wanna go home. The fuck?" And then he just kept trying to tell me, like, we're gonna fucking go home. I'm like, dude, I'm not fucking going. So he grabs the beer and he squeezes, this is a full beer. It's a can. He squeezes that whole beer into my face. And then he drops it. So he squeezed the whole ass beer into my face, and my whole face and my outfit was soaking wet with the beer. Like, I'm covered in beer, bro. At that point, I was livid. And his cousin took me home. I'm just like, "Bro, this ain't right. I gotta go home. That was not okay." And still didn't leave. After that happened, I still didn't leave. But at that point, what else could he do? What's the next step? He's probably gonna hit me next, right? Probably. He already squeezed the whole ass beer in my fucking face and left me all gross and dirty. I had makeup on and shit. I had my hair. Everything was just soaked. It was just awful. And he gave me these most, like, the stare that he gave me after he did that was so awful. Like, he literally wanted to hurt me. Like, that's what his face looked like. He didn't even say he was sorry. He just looked right at me with those eyes, walked right back inside, left me there. And I sat there. I don't even know how long I sat there, in fucking shock that he fucking did that. And just looked at me and walked away. That's all he did. It's like he felt relieved. It's like he felt, all right, I'm good. I'm going inside now. Now that he ruined my time. I think that's why. He felt good about it. Yep. That's what happened. So, it wasn't the first time that I would try to call him and he just doesn't respond. Or that he says he's at work, but or I knew what time he got off and he would just never come home. I was alone all the time. All the time. He was rarely there and he would just not be home. So I'm just like, what the fuck? And I would look out my window and sometimes his car would be somewhere else and someone would at his other family member's house, this guy's house, or he'd be at his other family member's house. Or, I would see him, this is a small town, very fucking small. It's only like a little suburb. It's fucking small. It's only like probably 10 houses. I don't even know. But you can see everything, and I could see that he was at other people's houses. So he would just leave me there all the time. And it was sad. Like, me for a person with depression and anxiety, it's fucking hard to be in a relationship and feel like that you guys are not a thing, really. So he would just leave me there. And then one night, he doesn't come home from work, per usual. So yeah, he comes home drunk as fuck. Like, I have never seen him that drunk in my life. So, me, per usual, I look through his phone. and he, you know, found some shit, left his phone there. I'm like, okay, just gonna ignore it. Gets up and goes to the bathroom. He's in there for an awfully long time. Awfully long time. I'm just like, something isn't right. He's doing something. I don't know what he's doing, but he's doing something. I know he's not pooping. No, he's not showering. And yeah, he was in there. And I don't even know how to explain this, but he was in there. Caught him red-handed, let's just say that. To another girl who shall not be named. But yeah. And at that point, me being really insecure, I'm just like, I'm over this. I grabbed his phone and I threw it. And I'm just like, I'm tired of all this. I'm tired of all the lying. I'm tired, especially the lying to my face part. Because even though I grabbed his phone and I showed him like, what the fuck, you know, he still didn't. He still tried to lie to me in front of my face, which is ridiculous. But anyways, he lied again, over and over. Never told me the truth. I'm just like, I'm over this shit. Like, you treat me like shit. You really treat me like garbage. You treat me like I am not here. You do not come home and hang out with me. You don't talk to me. You just leave me here all the time. Like, you make me feel like I'm a burden. And you make me feel like shit. So, I was over it. He was fucking drunk as fuck. He was just laughing at me. Laughing at me, and then he went to bed. Sound asleep. So at that point, that was my breaking point. He didn't give a fuck. He did not care. Not one little bit. So I called my mom at like 3 or 4 in the morning, asked her to please come pick me up. And the wonderful mom that she is, she said, yes, I am on my way. It's a 10-hour drive, by the way. So her, my stepdad, and my brother drove all the way for 10 hours to come pick me up with all my shit and my cats. So, and that whole night I didn't sleep. I packed all my bags the whole time. My bags were packed. I've had all my shit in the living room, actually. Everything was in the living room, ready to go. I was done. I was over it. So, he comes out in the morning and looks so shocked. Like, what are you doing? I'm just like, I'm leaving. I already called my mom, told her she's coming, they're on their way, I'm leaving. She just looked at me with the most saddest face ever, and he walked out and went to work. He didn't even take his truck, he just walked to work. I was like, I already packed my shit, I already made my mind, I'm leaving. So yeah, I left him, and when I moved back here to Arizona, he kept trying to talk to me. He kept trying to tell me, like, oh, we can work this out, like, can we work this out, blah, blah. And I'm like, no. Like, dude, I'm not going to go back. I kept telling him over and over, like, I'm not going to go back with you. Like, I don't want to do this anymore. Like, no, you treated me like shit. He's like, I could change. I'm sorry. I could change. I'll treat you way better this time. And he kept telling my mom that. He's like, oh, I'm going to treat her better and blah, blah. My mom didn't know all of this other stuff happened prior, by the way. Like, him calling me a bitch or him with the beer or talking to other girls. She didn't know any of that. So, I mean, she's like, oh, my God. You know, she, like, totally believed him and stuff. But anyways. So yeah, he would try to tell me and call me and be like, hey, can we work this out, blah, blah, blah. He would come bring me coffee. He would do the same thing boyfriend number 2 would do and like try to talk to me. I would block him. He'd try to talk to my family and be like, Kevin, can you guys get Yasmin to talk to me? I need to talk to her. My family was just like, no, fuck off. And, you know, like, you know, he just kept trying to talk to me and he kept coming to my house over and over and over. And I'm just like, bro, no. We're not doing this anymore. I don't want to be with you, bro. Like, I don't. And he would just cry. Like, he moved all the way from over there to here and said, I moved all the way over here for you now, and I don't have a job, and I drove 100 miles per hour without a license. I'm like, Ike, I don't care. Is that supposed to make me want, oh my God, I feel so bad for you. Let's be together then. That's not how it works, bro. I wasn't going to do that. Like, that's ridiculous. You know, and he just kept doing that shit. And it was just really annoying. And I told him one day that, bro, I'm just going to have to put a restraining order on you because it's just, it was awful. It was too much. And then at one point, I was talking to who my boyfriend is now. And I remember I still had a phone plan with my ex, you know, I still had a phone plan, and he like called me, and I guess because he like had a suspicion that I was talking to somebody, like, oh, you're talking to somebody else? I'm just like, and I kept saying no because I don't want to cause drama, but he still like found out or whatever. He's just like, oh, you're talking to somebody else who doesn't have a job, blah, blah, blah. I'm gonna go take my phone, I'm gonna go get the phone right now, blah, blah. I'm just like, well, come get the fucking phone, I don't give a fuck, you know. I'm just like, I don't care, take the fucking phone and get the fuck out, you know. So yeah, which by the way, my boyfriend did have a job. My boyfriend now, he did have a job, and you know, he was talking shit because he's like smokes marijuana and blah blah. Like, bro, just because somebody smokes marijuana doesn't mean that they're a piece of shit. All right, not everybody. Okay, people do it for medical reasons, as my boyfriend does. So don't put him in that same category. Anyways, yeah. So he came and brought the phone, and he gave Mark the most like dead eyes. It was fucking I was like, you know, it was funny now, but like back then, like Mark, you can't fuck with Mark. Literally, if you give him a face, he's gonna try to fuck you up. Like literally, he's from Cali, so like if you try to start something, or if he tried to hurt me, Mark is very protective, so he's not gonna let him do that. So it was really hard. We were in the car at this time when he was giving us a look, you know. I was trying to calm Mark down and be like, it's okay, we're gonna be fine. He's not gonna do anything. He's not gonna do. You know, I was trying to reassure him he's not gonna do anything. You know, whatever. Yeah, and I think ever since that day, he just stopped talking to me eventually. Figured out that I don't want his ass. And finally he got the picture. So, thank God, because I was so annoyed and I was just so tired of it. Really. Like, I was like, it was so exhausting. Like, I was so scared to go in. Oh my God, that's what I forgot to mention. He would come to my job too. He would come to my job and look for me or to shop. And he would try to talk to me, and I would just walk the other way. He would literally go to my store, pretend to shop, as he was looking at me, bro. Like, I had to literally go to the back. I'm just like, bro, I'm gonna go to the back. Just call me when he leaves. Like, he would try. I would go to the fitting rooms when we had the fitting rooms open. I would go over there, and he would try to walk one way, and I would just go the other way and be like, I'm not gonna fucking do this. Like, I forgot to mention that too. He went to my job all the fucking time. All the time. I would never help him. Ever. I'm just like, nope. And my coworkers know now also, if he ever comes in, I don't help him. I don't do, nope. They just try to get him out fast because they know we cannot be in the same room. Nope. So that was pretty much all that I can think of the tea of my exes. And it's getting kind of dark, so I hope I am not too dark in here. But, so yeah. So learning all of that, I just want to say towards the end, you know, I learned all these lessons, and I know what kind of a woman I am and who I deserve and what I deserve. And I think Mark fits the picture. He is truly like amazing. He's perfect in my eyes. Like, he's, you know, everything I wanted in somebody who is just as weird as I am, who likes a lot of the same things, who's funny, who, you know, doesn't give a fuck, you know. He's just himself, very outgoing also, very sweet. He's very loving, very caring. He really is. And I feel like I'm very blessed and I'm very in love. And I don't think I'm gonna go anywhere, like, ever, because I just, you know, when you find that person and you're just like, you just don't care, you just don't want to be or put an effort to see anybody else, you know, you just don't care, you just feel comfortable and you feel good with the person that you're with, you know. Like, I didn't feel that before. Like, right now, you know, we have no fucking jealousy issues because we both know we're not gonna go anywhere. Like, we love each other so much that we don't want to go anywhere, you know. Like, we don't have any issues. We're chill. So we're just living our lives right now and loving each other and living, you know, the life that we live together. So, very happy. Truly happy. And that brings us to the end of this video, you guys. I also did finish my wine. I probably have like less than half a bottle of wine now, and I just bought that bottle today. But anyways, I hope you guys did enjoy my tea time on my exes. Let me know if you guys have any, you know, things you want to chat about in there, or if you guys want to talk personally, you can always send me a message on my Instagram, which is down below in the description box. Oh God. You guys can also do that as well. I know that some relationships are kind of rocky. You never know what the right decision is, but you know, I'm always here to help, and I do this so you guys know you're not the only ones if you're going through some things, and there is, you know, there is something better on the other side once you know, just know your worth. Definitely know your worth. And if you are not happy with somebody, or somebody's not treating you the way that you should be treated, and if you're living in a relationship and you guys are just like not, like, if it's exhausting, you gotta go, bro. It shouldn't be exhausting. But anyways, Hope you guys did enjoy. Let me know what you guys think down below, or any other stories you guys want me to chit chat about. I might have a couple more. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. Please hit like and subscribe if you haven't already. I might do some more story time videos, but I do makeup and hauls and other things on here too. So yeah, I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for watching this long ass video, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Bye!